So this is the New Testament walkthrough. There's 400 years of silence between Malachi and Matthew. There are three powers where Greece that had language, Israel that had hope, Rome that had roads. The politics of the time were the Sanhedrins, the scribes, the Sadducees, the Pharisees, the publicans, and the zealots. There are four distinct views, one good news. In 405 BC in Bethlehem, Jesus was born, and then up to Nazareth where he learned how to be a carpenter. And then in AD 26, he was baptized by John in the Jordan River, where he was led to the wilderness where he was tempted by Satan, and then up to Canada for the first miracle where he turned water to wine, and then back to Jerusalem where he told Nicodemus of the second birth, up to Samaria where he talked to the woman at the well, back to Nazareth where he faced rejection. He moved to Capernaum where he selected the 12 and had the Sermon on the Mount, where he showed power over Satan, and the parable started. A storm was stilled, the crowd was filled, walking on water, the testimony of Peter, the transfiguration, to back to Jerusalem where the stones flew and Jesus withdrew, and then to Perea where he teaches counting the cost, seeking the lost, and then back to Judea where Lazarus was raised, Zacchaeus was praised. In AD 30 in Jerusalem there was a triumphal entry, and then temple cleansing, the Last Supper, and then to the garden where Jesus prayed, he was betrayed, he was tried, he was denied, and crucified, and resurrected, and then ascended. And then the Spirit descended on the Feast of the Pentecost, and then Peter and John cured a lame man. Peter in jail experienced a night release. Zacchaeus and Sapphira caught in embezzlement, and then the 7 deacons were chosen, including Stephen, who faced persecution, and then there's Philip's preaching, Paul's conversion, Peter's vision. In AD 46, Paul's first missionary journey lasted 2 years in Galatia. In AD 48, the apostles gathered in Jerusalem and met in council to have the discussion, did the Gentiles have to follow the law? No, they did not. In AD 49, Paul's second missionary journey started, and it was lasted 3 years in Macedonia, Greece, Achaia, and during that time, Paul wrote 2 letters to the Thessalonians. Paul's third missionary journey was in AD 53, which lasted 4 years in Asia. Paul wrote to the Corinthians and the Romans. In AD 58, in Jerusalem, Paul faced 3 trials, which were with Felix, Festus, and Agrippa. Luke, during that time, also wrote a gospel in the book of Acts. Paul's first imprisonment wrote the prison epistles, Ephesians, Colossians, Philemon, and Philippians. In AD 62, his imprisonment ended in his freedom. In AD 64, Rome was burned. Paul's second Roman imprisonment, Paul wrote Timothy. In AD 68, his imprisonment ended in him being martyred. And then Peter wrote 2 letters and helped Mark write a gospel. Hebrews and Jude were also written then. In AD 70, the fall of Jerusalem happened. Many years later, John wrote the 4th gospel and 3 letters. And in AD 95, he was exalted to Patmos where he received the revelation of Jesus Christ.